Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by. My name is Andre Koppen, founder and CEO of Horizon Media, and this is another episode of Real Talk and Results. Today is January 16th, 2024. Let's get right into it. So for those of you that are just stopping by, we're going through a re-theme, re-platform at Horizon Media. In addition to that, we've launched a completely new instance of Google Search Console. And the reason that I've launched a new instance is because I didn't want to be called out in, future videos that we had ranking keywords and all of those things that, I've seen it happen before where there's, professionals that are actually giving advice and, people call them out and say like, those results aren't real. So we started over. We're starting with an entirely new website. We have an entirely new instance of Google Search Console. So everything from here on out will be factual, real results. So yeah, welcome. So today, strap in. We are going to be chatting about technical optimization. So you have your performance tab up here in Google Search Console, but there's also a tab called your Core Vitals. What is your Core Vitals? So the Core Vitals will really just tell you the health of the website, if you have any poor URLs that are loading slow, if you have any issues, etc. In addition to that, what Google does provide is the page speed insights. Now, the page speed insights are very important for all websites just because Google is establishing the guidelines of how they want us as, SEOers and web developers to build our websites to support, the users that are coming to their search engine. So this is a great tool. You should run this tool on your website. Probably, I would recommend every month just to kind of see if there's any changes that you've applied that could potentially impact your speed. Why is speed important? Speed is important because it kind of diminishes two things. It diminishes your opportunity to rank on Google and other search engines because you are not delivering a great experience. And secondly, it does impact conversion rate. So for instance, if you had 10 people come to your website and 5 of them were not able to load your website under 5 seconds and they left, you've dropped your chance to convert those users. So this is a very important issue, and I've seen it before where the marketing company or marketing team or and a freelance or someone recommends this to the dev department or the website department, and they say it's not really as important as other initiatives that are currently in play. And for me, knowing the impact of this and seeing the impact of this, even this past holiday season with one of our clients, I would highly recommend that you just take some time, and if you don't necessarily know what exactly to fix, there's enough videos on YouTube for you to learn. So we're going to go over to our page speed vital. I just ran this a couple moments ago, and there's definitely two sides of this, right? Google has switched to mobile first indexing because more users are on their mobile devices and handheld devices more than they are sitting in front of a desktop computer. So with all that being said, the score that is here, I would highly recommend that you just work to continually improve on the score. You could look at other tools like GTmetrix or Pingdom to kind of see, across, and like less bias, metric rating of, what your actual performance is. But we are trying to rank on Google. So it's really important for us to make sure that we adhere to these guidelines. So if you look on YouTube, there's going to be videos of people that, are like, oh, like my website is ranked, performing at 99 performance on the Core Vital and, this and that and that. But when you look at their website, they have like a static image and text, right? A lot of the sites that are built today have a lot of modules that are, pulling in, calendars and bookings and, pop-up widgets and nudges. And, you have a back-end script that's, pulling in a feed from Facebook. So a lot of websites are very heavy, right? So, when comparing, you can't really just have a blanketed approach to this, is what I'm trying to say, is that every domain is different. Every hosting environment is different. How you serve your website is, different across how things are developed. If you have, a templated based system like Wix or Shopify or Squarespace, versus like a fully, hand coded HTML website, All of those things have many different variables on how things are called, how scripts are loaded on the site. So I would say just focus on you. If someone's doing it, great. Learn from them and how they're doing it, and then after apply it to your website. So our desktop load speed is definitely a lot faster. You're always going to see this just because desktops typically have more bandwidth than mobile. In addition to the mobile crawl, you also have to keep in mind that Google does throttle to kind of see what a user outside of what Wi-Fi connection would experience loading your website. So this would be like you standing on Fifth Avenue and loading our website. It's going to take about 2 seconds for the website to load. Now, there's other components that come with the Core Vital Score or the PageSpeed Insight Score that I'm not going to be able to get into today because it's a very long discussion. But I will have a technical optimization playlist in the future that will explain just a few tips on how to improve your performance. So, as I was saying, if you look down here, you'll actually see the capture time. And also you'll see where it was emulated. So this Lighthouse Insight was emulated on Moto G, which is a newer phone. And you'll also see that the CPU power is there and there's information of the specific device. That's another thing to keep in mind when you're looking at the Core Vital Score. This is going to look completely different on for instance, a Samsung Z Fold 4, which is like a high-end, beast of a phone, right, with 5G instead of 4G. So keep all those things in mind when you're running this this test on your website. It is a number that you're going towards, but it's not like the full truth of what people are actually experiencing. What you want to do is utilize analytics to kind of overlap this data to kind of see by phone where how fast you're loading on specific devices. So just a little thought there for you guys as well. So why is our website loading slow? I know why. It's because we have a lot of stuff that's broken. We have videos that are not optimized, and we've opted in to have this really cool video at the top of our website, which is about 2 megabytes, I believe. So when you come down here to kind of the alerts that Google kind of points out, this is going to look completely different to you. It's telling me that I need to serve things a little bit differently. I have a lot of things that are loading as far as JavaScripts, and they're taking a long time to load. So what I can do is try to minify some of this, some of this data, or try to load maybe deferred or asynchronous. So this is very, very technical, but I would want you guys to kind of go through. And if you do have a developer, or if you're looking to hire someone or hire me, reach out. There's many people on YouTube, and there's many people on Upwork and Fiverr that do this every single day and love their jobs like I do. So I know that there's a lot of payload on our website. And another way that you can kind of analyze this is kind of looking through the lens of the browser. So I'll do a full SEO and how it works, but we're making a request from a server, and the browser is interpreting all the code, and then it's rendering the website. If you inspect the website by right-clicking on it and then going down to inspect, or you can go to the menu and then go to more tools in Chrome and Firefox and anywhere else, and go to developer tools. What you would want to do is when you open this panel here, I would head over to the network panel. And the network panel is really cool. It actually shows a waterfall of all of the items that are being loaded on the website. Another site that does this really well is GTmetrix. And they've been around for a while. They use the Lighthouse PageSpeed Insight, but they also have a different grading ratio as far as how they represent the data. So I'm going to run this in the background. I would recommend utilizing GTmetrix, PageSpeed Insights, and there's also Pingdom, which has its own testing tool. And of course, there's like manual ways for you to ping your website and kind of see, how long it's taking, etc. So speed. Most times, websites have large images and media. And that's the first thing that I always look at when I'm looking to recommend optimization for our clients. So we're going to go to the images, and we'll see some of these. It seems that they're pretty good in size. But I know that we have a huge video on our website. So you would find that underneath this media tab here. So here's the big media file that I'm talking about. You'll see it's transcoded. The GET request went in. It pulled the information. The video is rendered, but it took 20 seconds to load. So that's one thing that we really want to add that look and feel. But at this point, analyzing this, I'm probably just going to change this to an image file, and that should significantly increase my score. Now, your website's going to look a lot different, especially if you have a lot of e-commerce products on your website, or if you're a service company and you're looking to like showcase your services, or a gallery, or if you're an agency and you have a portfolio, or if you're a SaaS, or you have an app, you're trying to showcase like a video on the homepage or a GIF. There's a myriad of files that we're trying to showcase to our prospects for them to transact with us. So when you're looking at your image library, what I would recommend is kind of looking at the time and the size columns and kind of filtering up top to bottom. And you'll see some of these are media cache. So that means that the browser has already pulled this information. And the way that you could actually see the size of those that are cached is to click this disable cache button up here and then just refresh your page. I'm going to do that right now so we can see the size. So there we go. So we have this homepage poster that is rendering here. We could just right click and open that in a new tab. So this image right here is not too large, 66 kilobytes. And we have our header that is 12 kilobytes. So that's great for a home page, but I know that in addition to that, this video is trying to load, which is 4 megabytes. 4 megabytes is a lot to download, especially if you're throttling this, you're loading this on 4G, for instance. That's going to take a while. So it's saying about 18 seconds for this to load. So to fix that, I'm going to render this video as an image, or I could cut this video down and loop it faster. I'm probably just going to get rid of it just because I know the payload is very high. In addition to that, JavaScript is always the killer in size, especially if you're using platforms like WordPress or Wix or Shopify, because typically what you need to do with these platforms is you have to plug things into them for the functionality, right? You don't have a developer, and that's why you're going to be using WordPress. Is like I don't have the time to develop a custom calendar widget. I just want to go to a marketplace and install it if it's trustworthy and put it on my website. But when you do put any modules on your website, it's a payload that the browser has to make a request, for all the packaging that comes with every single module. So you'll see here that we have Ads by Google, which is Google AdSense. This reCAPTCHA.js is the reCAPTCHA for our web forms to make sure that we're not getting bot traffic. And there's a lot of other API requests that are being pulled in here. So I would also focus on your JavaScript and then your CSS. Hopefully your CSS is not too large and it's minified. Minification is when you remove all of the white space from any CSS or any files that the browser would use, which drastically decreases the overall payload because you don't have to code the white spaces, which are bytes, right? So come in here as well. So to summarize that, if you are looking to kind of work directly on the speed on your website today, if I'm going to be assigned homework for today, I would recommend opening up your developer tab in Chrome or Firefox or whatever browser you use, and then head over to the network section, disable your cache, and then start just going up and down and seeing like what images you want to get rid of, or oh my gosh, that's a large image. Why is it 700 kilobytes? We can compress that to 50 kilobytes. And the other thing too is if you are working with a development team, you can also serve those, your images and your assets size for mobile, which is best practice. You know what I'm saying? So what you would want to do in a perfect world is instead of uploading something that scales with the screen size, you would want to define a specific asset to be loaded on mobile, tablet, large screens, etc. So that's how you would kind of work to analyze this. And then what I would do is, if this was me, I would kind of go through and list everything out and provide documentation to the dev team to say, listen, I'm an SEO. However, this could potentially be killing our user experience, number one, and also our rankings and traffic, right? And no business wants to lose traffic. If you are in business and you're trying to lose traffic, you shouldn't be in business. I'm going to go back to our GTmetrix here just to kind of show you guys what it looks like. Oh, it's no longer free. What? That's crazy. So GTmetrix, I guess it's a free account. That's really interesting. This used to be a free tool. Yeah, I guess you keep going with PageSpeed Insights for now. I will investigate to see what this cost. And get back to you guys on that. So I'm up to 15 minutes. I would say, this is something that I'm going to be working on the next time that I do broadcast, hopefully tomorrow if I don't get too busy. This page speed will definitely be a lot higher.